parents, welcome back to Food Prep Guide. We have a special treat for you today. This is a food storage dessert that is going to be especially helpful to those of you who might be on a restricted diet. If you need to be grain-free, gluten-free, dairy-free, or refined sugar-free, this is going to be an excellent treat for you. There was a period in my life when I had to be all of those things, and it felt like there was nothing that I could eat, especially in the category of desserts. And I found this recipe, and I have since turned it into a food storage or shelf-stable recipe so that I can stock the ingredients on hand and not have to worry about any of the ingredients going bad. So this is a really delicious food storage recipe. It is a chickpea cookie. Now I know that sounds weird, but the chickpea makes up a wonderful dough, especially the way that we are going to do it. And when you are having to be gluten-free and sugar-free and all of those other things, having a special treat like this that, yes, it doesn't actually taste like a bakery chocolate chip cookie like we all love, but it is a fantastic way to satisfy that sweet tooth when you might be limited. Okay, so chickpea cookies. The main ingredient is going to be chickpeas, which are also known as garbanzo beans. And in the past, we used to make these with canned beans, and we would have to get out our food processor, and you would drain the beans but save the liquid, puree the chickpeas, and slowly add more liquid until you got this dough-like consistency. And the amount of liquid would vary depending on how thick or how thin you want your cookies. But I have since changed into chickpea flour. I came across a fantastic deal on chickpea flour where it was just pennies per ounce, and I thought I'm going to switch to this and try to make a shelf-stable hummus and a shelf-stable chickpea cookie. And so this is what we're going to be using today. Here are all of the ingredients so you can figure out if it fits your diet. It is chickpea flour, peanut butter, honey, baking powder, vanilla extract, and some chocolate chips. Okay, let's get going.
By the way, if you would like help building your food storage, scroll down to the description box of this video and click this link for our free 1-year food storage plan. We calculated a year's supply of food for one person, then broke that data down into a week-by-week list of items to build your pantry on a budget. We'll send it straight to your inbox. If you're new here, we invite you to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss all of our upcoming food preservation, pantry storage, and gardening tutorials. Now back to the kitchen.
So for the first ingredient is going to be our chickpea flour, and we need 1 1/4 cup of chickpea flour. Oops. I'm going to do a little bit less than 1/4 cup because I had some spill in there. So 1 1/4 cup. Now this next part is stirring in the water, and we just want to form your typical dough-like consistency. So I'm just going to start with a little bit of water. I just have a bowl of water here. And remember, we can always add more, but we can't take out, so just add it in slow increments and then stir thoroughly and eyeball it and see, I need way more water than that. We are nowhere near a dough-like consistency. So I'm just going to keep pouring and keep mixing until we get that dough-like consistency that we're looking for. Oh, we need to preheat our oven. Let's preheat to 350 degrees. Okay, we are getting that dough-like consistency, but I do still have a little bit of powder that's not really wanting to incorporate, so I'm going to do a little bit more. Okay. Let me show you what the consistency looks like, your typical like a cookie dough type consistency, and that is what we have here. So we're ready to move on to the next step. Okay, next is going to be 3/4 cup of peanut butter. I don't want to dirty up another container, so I'm just going to eyeball in my 1 cup container and just fill it 3/4 of the way. As you will see in the course of this video, this takes no time to get together. I mean, 5 minutes prep time, and they are in the oven. And like I said, these are all shelf-stable ingredients, so you can purchase them in bulk and look for really good deals and be able to whip up this treat anytime a sweet tooth strikes. Okay, 3/4 cup of peanut butter. Okay. We're going to give that a good stir. Okay, next is, let's see, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Sounds like I might be out a little bit. 1 teaspoon. There we go, 2 teaspoons. And I like to do just a little bit more. A little extra vanilla never hurt, right? Okay, and to that we're going to add 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Dry that off real quick. 1 teaspoon of baking powder, not baking soda. And that is it, other than our chocolate. Oh wait, no, honey. Honey, yes, let's not forget the honey. 1/4 cup of honey. My jug of honey here has crystallized pretty solid at the top, so I'm gonna need to get my spoon out and kind of break that up a little bit here. Okay, 1/4 cup of honey. Next is chocolate chips, and if you need to be completely processed sugar-free and dairy-free, I recommend Lily's baking chips. They are sweetened, they are dairy-free, and they are sweetened with stevia. They are a miniature style chip, but they come in semi-sweet and dark chocolate. Our family loves the dark chocolate kind. But we don't have those restrictions right now, so we're going to be using just some plain semi-sweet chocolate chips. I just usually do 2 handfuls, not really a precise measurement. And that's it, y'all. We are ready to get them on our cookie sheet, which I need to prep real quick. Okay, here's what our dough looks like. Very similar to a normal chocolate chip cookie dough. And so now we're just going to scoop onto our containers. One thing to note about these is that they don't look like your chocolate chip cookie when they're coming out. So you're not going to be looking for the signs, like when I'm talking about signs of doneness. They don't brown really at the top very much, and they don't start to look a little bit flaky. They will kind of look still very moist coming out of the oven. So we bake these at 10 minutes, and I would go ahead and take them out at the 10-minute mark, even if they don't look done, because the looks can be deceiving when it comes to this cookie. And you don't want to overcook them. They're the best straight out of the oven when they're still really warm and gooey. Oven is done preheating, and we are almost done with our tray. As far as how many cookies this recipe makes, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8 there, and we still have probably, I would say, 6-ish, so maybe 12 to 14 cookies you can expect to get from this recipe. Okay, into the oven they go for 10 minutes. It has been 10 minutes, and here they are. Let me get you a close-up picture of what they look like. Like I said, they don't really look like your typical chocolate chip cookie, although not far off. They're nice and thick. Let me cut into it to see what it looks like on the inside. They remain very gooey on the inside, but these have a wonderful chocolate peanut butter flavor without the refined processed sugar and without the gluten and dairy. Such a fun and tasty treat, especially when you are restricted and really having a hard time finding some options. Okay, y'all, I hope this helps somebody out there. I know that there are some of you with diet restrictions because we have had people comment, and a few of you have emailed in asking about certain things with diet restrictions. So I hope this is a blessing to somebody out there. Okay, see y'all next time. Bye.